Right, hi, welcome to Spot Check. My name is Fabian Peter, and today we're going to be talking about badminton here in Malaysia. There's been so many things that's been happening over the last few weeks. Among them, we had the splitting up of our mixed doubles pair, Chen to Iwe. There have been rumors that Pearly Tan and M Thinaah are thinking about going professional, and so many other things. I'm not going to say it all now, but we have two very special guests with us today. We've got Datuk James Selvaraj, former international, former BAM coaching director, and then who has also worked on the corporate side with Bata. And we also have Chong Feng, former international as well, played in the Thomas Cup, and who now runs his own badminton academy, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to let you guys do most of the talking. Is this about all this topic that's been happening? I mean, you guys can choose who wants to go first. But let's start with the splitting up of Cheng Tanjay and Toh Iwei first. What actually happened, Datuk?
It's sad. To me, as a former player, I'm very sad that, this pair has to split. They came from nothing. And they climbed up the ladder and can you imagine they were ranked number 4 in the world.
Yeah.
And they've attained a certain level of playing badminton already. So there must be something so serious for them to split. What I was surprised was that girl, Iwe, took away everything from the
Social media.
and everything. So that made it worse because the guy didn't know what was happening. So in the end of the day, they were heading in the wrong direction already. As much as we want, as former player, we like them to stay as a pair because they have achieved a lot. I think they shouldn't have split in the first place. But something went wrong somewhere. I really don't know what's the reason behind BM. How did BM settle this matter? BM decided to split the pair and give them 2 different partners. So that was the end of the story. They had to go on their different ways, and they think so. There was no way of reconciling back.
Okay.
But if they reconcile back, very good. Get them together back again. If Gosif Ing and Isudin can split and move away, then they came back as a pair and winning all tournaments. That is an example to all the rest of the players.
Yeah.
If that pair can be doing that way, I think it should happen also to this mixed doubles pair. But I don't know whether it's going to come back. Maybe Wei Feng has got some friends there.
Wei Feng might have some inside info.
Something more than that.
I'm not so much into this mixed doubles
Drama.
lah.
Okay.
But as a badminton fan for now, I really hope that they can come back as a pair together and to compete again in tournaments lah.
Yeah.
Because I think this split up is just for temporary, or
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know because right now what's happening is they've got new partners, right? And they've just left it at that. They've never, BM has not come out to say that, okay, this is temporary or if this is permanent.
Yes.
They just did the split and they said there were issues. And
let's hope it's just for short period, right? Because we have been experienced like some top pairs, they also split for like 2 or 3 months, and then once they came back together and then they perform really
It'll
well.
be good if they can reconcile. That's the most important.
Yeah.
Like I said, they started from nothing. They came back. They started winning tournaments, and then the ranking started climbing up.
Yeah.
And if they can go up to ranking up to number 4,
world number 4,
I think that is very, very good already.
Yeah.
So why should they split up first of all? They just have to rectify their mistakes. The coaches are there. No one is there to coach them and make sure that the mistakes are out. Any pair has got it. It's communication. Doubles and mixed doubles is communication between 2 players.
2 players.
They can fight outside there, but in the court you fight like a tiger and fight to win. That's what should happen, you see.
Yes.
You see, there are many pairs that
more professional.
Yeah, and if you look at our own self, Xia Sun Kit and Su Wing Kiang, they were also a pair and they won. Yikan and Bunbi during earlier days of the seniors. So these are players that they have got their personal problem, but when they go into the court, they are one pair fighting to get the match going, you see.
Yeah, I think some of the former players have also come up to say that, in doubles, you don't need to be best of friends to be a pair.
Yes.
I think, Bun Hyong recently came out, and I think we all know, like
Wisham also the same.
Wisham also was the same. I remember they also had a temporary split,
Yes.
right? When Morton was still around,
And
and
they
then
didn't even went out for lunch or dinner together also.
yeah, you would know, like you guys were all in the same batch, right?
Yeah.
So
But on
so
court, they still play as a pair, as a team to
so
fight
what
for
it
the.
what was it like when you were part of the national setup, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you guys would all go out for dinner and all those kind of things. What was the dynamics between doubles pairs? Like, is it true that they are not necessarily good friends, but when it comes to
I think
training,
most of them are not good friends. Datuk,
Yeah, if you really look back, I don't look at other countries, but look at our own players. They also have their own problems.
Yes.
But when
Different
they get
character
into
lah.
the court, when
different
they go for
character.
dinner, they are all enjoying, celebrating, laughing away. And then in the court, you have to play as a pair. You may have your own personal problem, but leave that aside. When you're on the court, you play. You really have to give your best. Like very good example, I'll tell you, Jalani and Rajiv Siddiq. I was taking care of them. I know they are brothers, but they can be cat and dog, huh? But on the court, you see them play. They're really moving so fast and understanding each other, communicating with each other, and trying to get the game going. You see.
Okay, so Datuk, now that they've been split up, lah, okay, this is the current situation. They've been split up. How does it affect, let's just say, sponsorships? Because you see, they made it as far as the quarterfinals of the 2024 Paris Olympics, right? And you know that, okay, BM has secured huge sponsorship deals, but these sponsorship deals would require the top pairs to like stay together. I mean, I don't know how it works. I'm just putting this question to you, Datuk, because see, after you left badminton and all, you went into the corporate sector and you were working at Bata, and Bata was doing lots of sponsorship deals with our Malaysian sports industry, especially. So, how does it work? Like, do you think, okay, now the sponsors would demand, answers from BAM, for example, like, okay, why are you splitting this pair up? We're going to cut back or something. Does it work that way?
They will not interfere so much into the technicalities of the game, but they will interfere into the brand awareness. What does the sponsor want? If I'm going to sponsor somebody, I want my brand to be exposed. If it is, if I'm Petronas, I want Petronas name to be put right on top of the T-shirt and get the brand awareness. Sponsorship sponsors only want their brand to be looked upon. You see, sometimes you see when they play like tennis, when they are tying their shoelace, you see the camera is shooting directly into the thing. So that is a big thing because it's a Nike shoe or an Adidas shoe, whatever. The camera is picking them up. So this is what sponsors want. And if you don't have the top players down there, you get a junior player playing, they are not interested. Nobody knows what the junior player is doing. So now you see the split doubles, mixed double is split. They will not be exposed so fast now. They're going to start playing in the first tournament, second tournament, third tournament. As they keep progressing, then people will understand them better. They will play better, and then they become a better pair. But in the end of the day, at the back of my mind, I still feel BM should be talking to the two boys, the boy and the girl. Tangi and Iwe got to really come back together as a pair and then go because if two other pairs have done it, why not them? Why not reconcile back? Forget your differences. Play for the country. You're putting Malaysian flag up there. You're playing for the country, not for the money, not for anything else. That's a separate personal thing. But when you play on the court, please remember you're wearing the Malaysian flag and flying on the court. You are a Malaysian player. Whether you play professional or play for BM, you are playing for the country. So it is very important that you expose and tell, look, I am a Malaysian, I'm playing as a Malaysian player. That is the most important thing.
Good point.
Yeah. So I take it that both of you all right now are hoping that the pair at some point will reconcile and get back together. Right? I mean, looking ahead, the next big thing for us would be the Asian Games next year. And then ultimately it's the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics.
That should be the ultimate goal of the players. Whoever it is, the Malaysian players, if they did not make it in 24, hopefully they'll make it in 28. Who comes there, we don't know. We have hired so many good coaches. Let's hope that the players will perform better.
But I guess it's also important that they don't let this split go on for too long.
Yes, correct.
Right? Because
you cannot keep it away too long.
Because they still have the ranking.
The ranking will thing and also if you split away too long, that'll be the end of both of them. They will not be able to come back together.
The chemistry and all that
will not work out anymore.
Okay.
Not for long.
Okay. So now I'm going to go into another topic, still touching on sponsorship deals. Now this is the current hot topic. We've been hearing rumors that our top women's doubles, Pearly Tan and Thinaah, are planning to go professional. You know, rumor has it that they've also been talking with sponsors outside. Now, this is, I don't think it's something uncommon. I mean, if we look at like even players overseas, you see them reaching a certain level and then deciding to go professional after that. But in our Malaysian context, how big of an issue is this or a concern?
It's a trend, new trend in Malaysia.
A new trend,
a new trend in Malaysia to go professional for the players. We don't have this kind of situation when during our playing days, but nowadays it's more like more and more players turning professional. So I would say there are pros and cons to become a professional. So depends on what they really want and how they want to deal with all the sponsorship and also to deal with BAM also.
But you say it's a trend, right? How did it suddenly become a trend? I mean, Feng, you and a few others, like even players like Boon Hyung, Wisham, Wee Kyong, who all reached a certain level, right? You guys played at the Thomas Cup. You played in the final of the Thomas Cup. Wisham, Wee Kyong were in the final of the Olympics. But back then, when a player goes professional, you always think like, okay, his time is done with the national team. You know, they're not at the top anymore. So usually they would not remain in the national setup. They would go professional and see what they can do on the outside. But right now, the players who are leaving at their peak. Right? I think it all started with Zija back in 2021. Right? He had won the All England and then he left. And then, you know, we understand that he signed a huge deal outside. And I mean, he won a few World Tour titles. Eventually, he went all the way up to the Olympics to win the bronze. Then we've got Zafir and Izzuddin. Like what Datuk mentioned earlier. They had a split and then they came back together. They won one title with BAM and then they left and then they went on to win three more titles. And they are the first Malaysian men's doubles pair to complete the
World Tour titles.
World Tour series, right? And now we are hearing this about Pearly and Thinaah. So how what do you think is going to happen?
I use the word. It's sad to see this thing happening. But it's good for you, or good for BM, or good for the players. It's left to both of them. You see, Pearly and Thinaah, how many more years have they left to carry on playing the top level badminton? They want to play in the 28th Olympics. That's going to be the thing at the moment. And after 28th Olympics, they will be 30. Should be 30 something already. So can they sustain their level of playing after 28? We don't know. But now is the peak of their career. In the year 25, they are already reaching the level already. So they've got another 3 years to perform. So in the 3 years that they are going to perform, if I'm getting a certain amount of money from BAM, and I'm going to get double the money or triple the money outside, what do I do? How do I get my career in the industry itself? When from one level we want to go, if I'm a marketing executive, I would like to become the marketing manager of the company. From a marketing manager, I would like to get as marketing director. So we go level by level in the industry itself. So the same thing happens in badminton. We go one step at a time, and so now they are at level. They are at the point where they have to make a decision whether they stay with BAM to gain all these things. You see, when you are with BAM, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about your entry. You don't have to worry about your monthly salary. You don't have to worry about your food. Everything is taken care of. BM has already got allocated. They've got everything done. But when you go outside as a professional, there are a lot of things that you have to do personally on your own. You may have to do that extra step. If I'm doing 20 press up, I have to do 40 press up. But nobody's going to tell you. Even though the coach is there, he will be able to help you. But the thing is, you have to tell yourself, you want to become a better player. You want to become a champion. So in order to become a champion, you have to do a lot of things on your own again.
Yeah.
So as a professional, you are paid very high salary. So you have to perform in the same level, you see. So I think now they are in the crossroads, these two girls. So is there somebody to advise them? That's why if you look at over the years that I've been really talking about our players, we've never had a psychologist to sit on the panel of the coaches. We have got men's doubles coach, men's singles coach, ladies single coach, ladies double. But where was we had ISN to help out? One psychologist will come for a day and he goes off a week, goes off a month or goes off.
Yeah.
But now it's nice to hear finally after all my shouting and whatever I've been trying to tell, they have got at least BM got one psychologist full time. The new ISN CEO.
There's a
new CEO has already appointed this guy to go. The guy or girl?
I don't know. Who is it?
I don't know. I heard one Chinese name. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lady or a man. I don't know. But I'm very happy.
Yes.
Finally, I'm satisfied that finally BM got a full time psychologist.
Yeah.
This is what brand actually needed in the place. Maybe these two girls need this girl or the person to start talking to them, to ask them, to tell them what is happening. Sports psychology is different from normal psychology. He will be able to advise these players what exactly they have to do. And then that advice may be beneficial to the players as well as to BM. And it will be sad to see BM losing all these players. If all these players leave, do you think the sponsors will come? This is another question. Will Petronas come and help? Maybank came in first and Maybank went off. Now Petronas is there. What will Petronas do? So there are 100 plus, there are your next. These are sponsoring the players. But when you don't have a top player, where did these coaches go? Sorry, where did these sponsors go?
Or come my club, easier.
Oh, go to your club,
so he's sponsoring his club already. So
if anything,
these are the things that we have to really look at it. The poor girls, I can understand their dilemma.
Yeah.
You know, they want to play for the country, but you're not paying me. You're not doing this. So I feel I need better outside there. The grass is greener the other side, so I want to go there.
Yeah.
But when they go there, they better get ready for a lot of other things. They will not be life won't be so that easy also. But then there's always a start to it.
Yeah.
That they're 3 years ahead of time. So maybe that is what they want, and they want to perform well in 28 Olympics.
Okay. So based on this, whatever that's been happening, our sports minister Thinaah has also come up to say, sort of like she kind of warned the players, not really warned, but she just put it out there, like, think twice before making this decision to go pro. Don't just go after lucrative but fleeting deals. I just want to ask Wei Feng. Wei Feng is a very good example. You also left to go professional. I mean, of course, times were different back then, but what was it like for you what was like some of the challenges when you first left the national setup, and I mean, do you regret it, or you feel that was one of the best decisions you made?
It was not one of my best decisions, but at that time I need to make some changes for my training, for the whole environment. So, and that time was not at I left. That was not my peak of my career. So I think it's different from what the situation is right now. But the main challenges would be you need to have your own coach and then training. Everything you need to sort it out first before you make any decision. So if they already had all the things ready, then I think it's up to them to make the decision whether to leave the national team or not.
I guess it's something like ZGL, right? Like see, when ZGL left, he formed the team. He had a dedicated, he had a head coach, he had a conditioning coach. He had everything, right? It's like a complete team. Similar to players like Victor Axelsen or even Anders Antonsen, right? They all have a professional team to journey with them. But if we look at Zufei and Izzuddin, I still don't think they have like a full team yet. I mean,
full support team.
Full support team. They are still like, I guess, like a group of professional players are sharing the resources at the moment. Do you think that's sufficient, or do you think you need something like what Zija has? And also, Minister Thinaah said, she came out to say, not everyone can be like Zijia.
Yes.
So think twice before you decide to go professional.
It's better to have the team lah, but then the cost will be really high.
Correct.
Except for Zizia case, I think because he got a good deal, so he managed to set up his own team.
Yeah.
But for the other doubles, because there are so many pairs, and that's why they are share all the resources together and join the training together.
Yeah.
And they're doing quite good actually for the doubles.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like exactly. I go along with what the minister has said. Not everybody is Jijia. So Jijia, because he won the All England, and straight away he made the move.
Yeah.
So when he made the move, he made sure that he had a team. I keep watching this tennis recently. So many tournaments are going on. Currently, where are they playing now? The tennis tournament.
The Grand Slam.
No, not the Grand Slam. They are playing in Monaco.
Okay.
Okay. You see the whole
Datuk
the
watch
players.
all the tournaments.
The players,
All
they
sports,
come with all 5, 6 of them are there sitting there. The father also sits there. He's also a coach. You see Zverev yesterday, the father was sitting there. Everybody was sitting there and watching. If you look at Djokovic also he's got his whole team there. It'll be the most ideal. If everybody, the top players have got their own thing. If Izzuddin and Gosife will get a team by itself, it'll be even better for them. They will perform even better because they've got a head coach, they've got the psychologist, they've got the physical trainer. You know, everything is there. So it'll be better for them. But how many of them can really afford it? Unless the sponsorship is so good, then you can hire these coaches to come in. So when you make the deal with the private sponsor, you got to make sure that all these are covered, you see. Because from on top of that, you have to make your travel.
Yeah.
You have to take 5 of them with you. You have to take care of their hotel. You got to take a food, board and lodging and everything. So it's not going to be easy. Not
Correct.
everybody really. Not everybody can be Jijia.
Yeah.
So everybody he's got his team. He goes there and he has to take care of everything.
Yeah.
So but if the sponsor is going to sponsor all this, better. But that's the benefit they will get. You see. So if Thinaah and Pearly move out, Pearly and Thinaah got to understand that they have got the whole setup to start all over again. Can they afford to sit down and work out with a group of coaches and a group of people to take as a team, their own team, you see? So this is another thing, you see? And if you look at the doubles, it's communication. The most important is to communicate with each other on the court.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake, you tell them, you're talking all the way. You have to. If you look at the Koreans, you look at the Japanese, how they play.
Yeah.
They are talking to each other, telling them, come on, something they're saying. So when the break comes, the coaches will tell them.
Yeah.
So then they'll become aware. When you sit outside, you watch the game inside, you can see what's happening. But when you're playing in the court, you may not even know what you're doing, is it? Because tension, pressure, everything comes along when you're playing that high level game.
Yeah. So
true.
In conclusion, do you think they will leave or not?
It's a 50-50 situation at the moment. Whether, can BAM convince them to stay? That is the most important. If they are paid a good salary, they're taken care of, and they know that the coaches are there to help them, then why not? Why stay? Why move?
Yeah.
Why rock the boat? Yeah.
But what if their demands are too high, which BAM cannot meet? Then how?
Then that's too bad. Then they just have to walk away. But as I said, when you walk away, you got to be very sure of everything, that your whole team is with you. You will find a team that will help you. Not when you walk away, you get another coach, not so good coach, or you don't get a good
support.
trainer. You don't get a good support from anybody else. That's the end of it. So you just give up and you don't play. You will not perform anymore. And when you don't perform and you start going down, and then we are a professional, that's the end of your career.
Yeah. So I guess right now, nobody wants to say anything yet because there's tournaments going on right now. As we are speaking, the Asian Championships is going on in Ningbo, and then at the end of the month we've got the Sudirman Cup. So I guess from both sides, nobody want to do anything just yet, and I guess we will know more after the Sudirman Cup, right? If anything, whether they are going to sign a new contract or if they're going to leave, then I guess we'll have to wait until then to know.
Yeah.
Right?
That's correct.
Yeah. All right. So moving along Wei Feng and Datuk. It's just so many things, like I said, so many things is happening. So we've already touched about the splitting up of Tang and Eve. We've spoken about the possibility of Pearly and Thinaah leaving BAM. Now, we also need coaches. BAM needs coaches. I mean, because coaches will come, coaches will go.
Yes.
The most recent one to leave was former women's singles coach, Jeffer Rosabin, who left to go back to Indonesia, right? So right now there is a vacant position there. And Wei Feng's name has been thrown around, saying that Wei Feng is going to take up this position. So Wei Feng, you're going to take up the position.
Not really. I think just that Dato Rashid, he mentioned my name, he suggests my name, right? So they have contacted me, one of the coaches,
Okay.
asked me if I'm interested to take up the job. But then I say I would consider, but most probably would not take up the job because I run my own academy, right? And then all the elite junior players are with me now. They just started on February. So
this year, February.
So I cannot just simply
abandon
them. They are pity enough. I would say that. So we just started, and I cannot. They are here because of me. They have the trust in me. So I need to be there with them for now, unless there's a major changes in the setup of BM maybe. Then maybe I'll change my decision. But
maybe in the next few years, maybe?
In a few months, maybe.
Few months, wow. He said he doesn't want to leave, and then he's saying in a few months he wants to.
Let's see how. But for now, I think no lah.
For now, no. Okay, but just putting this question out there, who do we have to come in to take up this position? Previously, there has been reports that local coaches are a little hesitant to come back because they don't get the same salary package or even benefits that foreign coaches get. Datuk, you've been a high-performing director in BAM. Is this something that has been going on for a long time?
I know for sure all the foreign coaches are paid a very high salary. When you hire a foreign coach, you have to give him accommodation, you have to give him the transport, you have to give him education for the children. If you look at Hendrawan, look at Rexy, these people came from Indonesia many years ago. Hendrawan was with us, what, 12 years? 12 years he was with us. Rexy has been here for a long time. He left, he came back, he left, then now he's back again. So, and he's not cheap. They all have to be paid a very high salary. And then accommodation again, transport again. So they are taken care of very well. Why don't you give half of that to the local coaches? Well, you pay them that kind of money. So the local coaches are very disillusioned by all this new salary scheme and this and that. So they are not performing. They will tell you if that foreigner can perform, I also can perform. He will tell you. So the same thing. So it's good for us to keep our local coaches. Why are all the local coaches running away? Chunan took away all 4 coaches away from us. So earlier it was Japan that took Kim He and Jeremy to Japan. Wanwa is there. Wanwa is still left behind. Jeremy is back in Hong Kong. Tan Kim He went to India. So they're all running away. Why must they run away? It's better for you to have your local coaches taking care of your own players. But you run away because you don't treat them the way that you should be treated. This is what they tell. This is what they all tell me. What about the few coaches that left? They tell me, why should I'm not paid that well as they are, so why should I stay? So, they have got their reasons. So BM got to look at the whole thing again and identify whether what is stopping these coaches. Right now, you look at it, there's no more coaches left. You're looking, we are hunting, scratching the wall and looking where are the coaches going to come from. So we are really nowhere. But there are coaches out there who went look at coaches that have left us. Ireland, Northern Ireland, can you imagine? Iskandar is then there. Iskandar was playing at top level badminton here, and then suddenly he disappears. Then he's found in Ireland. So you can see all these coaches are just going away, and some coaches from Malaysia also going to India. They're also there. So there is quite a few of the coaches over there. So we're trying to bring back coaches. Like For Wei Feng, you ask me, Wei Feng should do national service. He should go back and help the country build a team. But then again, on the other side of the coin is, where do I get my next bowl of rice?
Yeah.
You see, I need to take care of my family. So how do I get my family going? So if you don't take care of me well, paying me a good salary, why should I stop my academy? And then because when they are playing, they are just playing. They forget they will study. So when they finish their badminton career, suddenly they find they have no job. So they have to start doing something. What is the best thing to do? As a former player, I will become a coach.
Yeah.
So I just put on banner there and say, okay, now training from for ex-national player.
Yeah.
So parents will want them to go there. Playing badminton is like a career already. Not, you don't have to be a doctor, engineer to get that kind of salary. You look at our players getting salary, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. Everybody is demanding. So when you get 1 million, it's better than being a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why the players are still playing, because badminton becomes a career by itself, you see. So I have my grandson now. I'm training the guy.
You asking him.
I'm asking him
I saw.
every day. I have to brainwash the guy. Play badminton. Play badminton. So I don't know whether he's going to play or not. But the thing is, he's only 5 years old. So
Yeah.
what can I do?
Yeah.
Just let him, just build something on him. You
Build
see?
some interest first. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Wei Feng, so you said that if there were some changes,
Yes.
you might consider. And Datuk, you heard it. He said, I asked him whether in a couple of years. He said, oh, maybe in a few months. So what are the changes you're expecting?
If they offer a better, higher salary, then maybe I will consider. Okay, that's the one point. The other point is that because the other day when they call up, they didn't mention any specific position, which department I'm going, which department they're offering, and when I ask, they are not really sure also. So it's not very clear. And if they cannot put me, because I'm a singles player,
Yeah.
they cannot put me in a
Different position,
different position lah. I'm
different
not
department.
which is I'm not familiar with. I'm not so good at it in doubles or mixed doubles or whatever. If they really specified the position, maybe I can consider it.
Consider lah.
Yeah.
Okay. But right now, you, like you mentioned, your focus is still on your academy
Yeah.
and the players that you
Yes.
have, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Good answer. he more interested in the money.
Of course.
But the end of the day is, everybody works for the
Yeah.
betterment of everybody. You see. So good for him to, to consider. At least he's considering whether to take up the offer or not.
Yeah lah.
And I for one will prefer to have local coaches coming on board with BM to help the current set of players.
Yeah lah. What about you, Datuk? Any plans to go back into coaching?
Too old for that. Too old for that. I can do an advisory role, but that's it. I'm not going to hold my racket and start hitting the Datuk. Unless Wei Feng want to put me as a coach in the academy.
He'll probably now he's making up his mind now. After this, he might say, "Come on, Datuk, join me." Okay. Another thing to talk about is the upcoming BAM elections coming up very soon, next month, in fact. One big name has already been thrown out, been nominated to take over the president's post. So we've got Tengku Zafrul, who has been nominated by the council. Do you know him? Do you guys know him personally? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
No, I also don't know him. I only know him as a minister, and I read a lot about him, saying now he has done, was in Ministry of International Trade. Now he's another in the portfolio, and I hear his senatorship is up already. So that's why he's available. I think Prime Minister has already
endorsed
it to let him become the president. It's good that that he is coming. For sponsors, it'll be easy because he knows all the private sector people, the corporate sector people, so to get sponsors and everything. But then again, how much he knows actually about the game. Maybe he's studying now. You never know. That he may be reading up, listening to people talking, listening to us talking, all the former players talking.
Yeah.
It's good for him to have all this background knowledge before he embarks on sitting on that post. And he has to do a big thing. After Tan Sri Noza has already finished with his done whatever he has done, he has already get so many levels up in the badminton side. And now that he is coming, he's got another level to start doing better than Tan Sri Noza. So It'll be good for Tunku to start working on towards that. Good for him to meet up with former players, listen to all of them. Not necessarily everything everybody has to listen to, but at least some knowledge is get back, and then he'll be much stronger. Then he will know exactly what exactly has to be done when he takes over the post.
Okay.
If he's taking over the post.
Yeah.
We recommended that he's going taking,
Correct.
but whether he's taking on, I don't know. So maybe if there's no election, it'll be good. There shouldn't be an election.
Oh, okay.
If you propose somebody already,
You
there
nominate them.
shouldn't be another person who's coming to fight with him again to stand for election. You see,
Okay.
if Tunku Zafrul has been appointed and he's going to take over the president post, fair and good, give him the chance, opportunity to work with the players, work with the officials, with their council, and get the things going. You see, because that is the players could not be bothered who comes the president or not.
Yeah.
To the players, they are just playing their game, and they will just train and train and train. Where the office bearers are the one that makes the decision. So if Tunku is supposed to take over the job, give him the chance.
Yep.
Then let's see what happens after that. See?
What about you, Feng? As a former player, true what Datuk is saying, you all don't really...
We don't really care.
Yeah, you all don't really pay that
don't
much
care.
attention to
Yes,
who is
yes,
the
yes,
president and
correct.
all. But do you remember all the presidents?
Not really.
Anyway, I guess we've really spoken extensively about lots of things that's been happening in badminton today. I'd like to wrap things up. Once again, thank you very much, Datuk James,
Welcome,
being part of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wei Feng.
Welcome.
Hope to see you guys again soon. Everything that we've spoken about, let's see what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
This has been Spot Check. So thank you very much, everybody.
True.
Yeah.